What do we got, dude?
Bobcat!
So it's been a while, but that's what my fur rack looks like. These fox over here are being tanned. 3 of them are getting sent to a guy up in Idaho. All these are getting tanned. The cat I'm keeping. The other ones are going to be for sale. And these cats I took to a fur buyer for a kid, but he didn't like the price, so he didn't sell. I had to give those back to him. But today, I'm going to show you how I do my stretchers. So these right here are Top Lot's Coyote Bobcat stretchers. They have a kit now where you can get the belly boards for your cats. With all the hardware with the stretchers. I think with shipping, this is right around $100 for 3 stretchers. In my opinion, well worth the investment, especially after you see some cats people put up on their homemade stretchers. So there are some things I don't like about this stretcher, some things I like. One thing I like is they have, let's see in the middle here. So when you pin that bottom lip, we have to keep the jaws, so I always have the bottom lip on there. You have something to pin it in, you're not in the crack. So that's kind of cool. One thing I don't like is that nose. So that's the major adjustment that I do on these stretchers, to take care of that nose. So anyways, I'll show you how I do it. So if you decide to get some Top Lot stretchers, you can do it to your own. So you can see, I already have my old stretchers. I've already kind of figured this out on so I can stencil it. But I'm not taking a whole lot off. I'm just trying to round that out to kind of follow like the cat's natural features on its face. So I just want to round it out a little bit. Just so it fits that cat nose better. You'll lose some inches off that, plus it just looks weird with that flat nose when you're done. So that's all I take off of these. Now, if I'm gonna make a stretcher for a small cat, I take off about a 1/4 inch full length of a stretcher. And that gives me a good one for like your small cats that are, below 36 inches. So a really small cat, they fit a little bit better on that, and you can get the proper width with the length. But that's all I take off is right there. So I'm gonna get a belt sander and sand that down, and then show you what I do next. So here's the stretcher all done. I got it rounded. Make sure you kind of bevel those edges down. Just kind of thin up that nose a little bit. And now we prepare it to be marked. See my stretcher right here? I have your key marks, 36, 40, 44. Those are the big marks you want to make, because 36 is like that magic number for cats that are wanted. I saw a huge price drop in my cats that were below this mark. So I like to measure and mark it to get that straight line. So then when I'm pinning it, it's real easy to get that straight line in the back. Helps the fur buyer see how long the cat is, and make sure you don't get it at an angle where part of it's 36 and part of it's 35, and then you get docked down for a 35-inch cat. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark up this one now. All right, so one thing to keep in mind, if you have that right on the tip and you go to the 36, if you move over here and go to 36, you're gonna be high. So you wanna add 1/8 of an inch to your side measurements on both sides. And that'll put you at that same level as this. So if you wanna figure that out yourself, just take some math or basic construction knowledge, but that's it. So make sure you add that 1/8 of an inch when you measure this one, otherwise you're not gonna line up directly with that line right there. All right, so there's a stretcher. Looks longer than it is. I have my phone and it's at 0.5 zoom, so everything looks longer. It's a hint for you guys out there. But I got 36 inches, 40, 44. I like to put it below the line, so then when I measure, when I pull that cat down, I can see that I'm on the right line. XL, double XL. This is triple XL. One of the fur buyers called it a horse. So I started saying horse, and now Brody loves to say horse. So I write that on my stretcher. Another thing I do, since that nose where I sand it, sometimes it varies a little bit. I make sure I have my belly board marked with the size. So this is large cat number 4 stretcher. And I put it on that side too. So then if something happens where I don't have a belly board on it, I know which one that belly board goes on. Because if I put this belly board on this one, those numbers aren't gonna line up right. So that is how I do them. And one thing I see a lot of people do wrong is you'll go in their garage and you see their stretchers all leaned up against the wall like that. You leave it like that all summer and you're gonna get a warped stretcher by the time trapping season comes. The easy solution I have is I have one of these like bike racks. Fits perfect. That way my stretcher just hangs, stays straight, and it can hang there all summer and it will still be perfectly flat and straight. I can fit 6 stretchers on here. So that'll give me enough, more than enough cat stretchers. So that right there is how I do my cat stretchers. It's just simple, but little things like this make it a lot easier once the season starts and you're putting fur up. And I do the same thing for my fox. My fox, I just have the one line for small fox and big fox. That way I know where to stretch them to. And I also hang those ones up as well. So I hope that helps you guys out there. I had questions on how I do my stretchers. I stopped making my stretchers after I realized that the only wood I had around here that was easy was pine or redwood. And pine is a pain to put pins through, and redwood seems to suck in a lot of fat and then harden. So it's easy to put pins through the first season, and then every season after that, it really sucks to push pins in. So I just get these basswoods. I think $100 for a stretcher to help you get, you know, right now in a low market, $25 to $50 more a cat. In a high market, you're paying them off with one cat with them. So I really like Top Lot stretchers. I've tried a lot of different stretchers. I really like theirs. Just a little sanding on the nose and you're good to go for the season.